Call meeting to order. Any additions to the agenda?
I have one.
No.
County events.
County events, yeah. Yeah, looks like we can do that, so we'll make that J3.
And do we have a follow-up on the artwork?
He's coming to the whole.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the plan. And we have a letter there from Dig Area Community Health Board there to correspondence, which will be H1. Okay, do we have a motion to approve? Motion to approve. Seconder?
Second.
All those in favor of the agenda, say aye.
Aye.
Any nay, none. No delegations or presentations tonight, so we'll move right into the minutes of the previous meeting. No one has noticed any errors or omissions? Okay. The reading of the Digby marketing promotion bylaw, you saw that come up during the meeting there, so Mr. Rohr. So can we have a motion to approve the minutes of January the 7th, or February the 7th?
So moved.
Seconder.
Second.
Any discussion on them? If none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, any nays? None. Business arising from the minutes. Town and Apples Rural. And the request for funding. What I've done with that is I've reached out to the green guy at Municipality of Digby, because they were there, and I just wanted to get their opinion, his opinion on it, but I haven't had any further conversation with him, so. So I don't know, we can decide what we want to do tonight. I just want to talk to him, but they decided not to move ahead with it. They felt it was too experimental, and there's a lot of unknowns there to provide that kind of money for that, so. Is it fair to wait and see what they have to say?
100% more information. So
Yeah.
Anything.
Yeah.
When I asked him about, damages and stuff, and he said, well, it might be, storm damage and stuff like that, so there'll be, I don't know, if there'll be any coverage or anything like that, but, probably not.
Yeah, pretty high risk, the shore, pickup, that kind of risk. It might be a neat idea, when he sat here that, the turbine, I went back to when Ron Cooper brought in the one off the roof, the chimney one, which is very similar to what this guy presented. But anyway, I think we talked to Terry, well versed in tidal and stuff, so maybe talk to him. And at the same time, I reached out to the warden, and we're trying to set a date for a joint council meeting. So that may be a good time to talk about it too, at that joint council meeting.
Well, they turned it down.
Yeah, they turned it down.
I might be more interested if Terry talked about it a little bit, the same type of joint project at the Tassel Lake of using floating solar panels.
Well, Terry has an idea of the way to use the water there too, so that's gonna be a good conversation we have at joint council meeting. So we've got other items. It's gonna be public housing, it's gonna be the funding with the community navigator, because they approved it, subject to our approval. Do that a lot. And we'll have other items for the agenda, so Linda actually just answered me before while I was sitting here. Okay, so we'll add that to the joint council meeting. Reports. This person is acting like a CAO, I noticed a lot. Yeah, very good.
I didn't really have a lot for reports. Community grants, as you may have seen, are now on the cloud for reviewing. We only received 13 applications for $72,941, which Tom reported on his last report. I don't know if we want to look at setting a date, or we want to try to do it for review time.
Yeah, we should have it done before. Yeah, usually in the March would be good, and then we can have that done.
Sometimes we've done it right before community of the whole, so I don't
Yeah.
think that's enough.
And that, we've done that, just before the committee all met, review the grants organizations, then we move the committee of the whole. What we do is make a recommendation to council to approve or disapprove, so.
What's our total on that, Leslie? So we can up to.
I'd have to double check from last year, but
43,000.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
guessing around 45.
1%, so.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll look at setting a meeting,
Committee of the whole.
committee of the whole.
Community law at 5.
Yeah, is 5 work or 5:30? What's best for people that,
That's on what, the 21st?
Yeah.
At least 5:15 would be good.
yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5:50.
We get it catered.
Well, quite often we do have sub sandwiches from somewhere, so. Or pizza, or, something like that, so.
So the NSFM, I attended a Zoom call the other day, and just discussed proposed changes that are coming. Those changes are now being posted on their NSFM website, so you can go there and view all the changes that are coming down. The next thing is the FCM conference. That's gonna be in Regina from June 2nd to June 5th. I don't know if anyone had interest in attending, but the early bird registration for discounted price ends April 22nd, so.
So we can do that virtually as well, eh?
There is a virtual option this year, which is
That's neat.
kind of a neat concept for sure.
So I know our policy is normally 2 people or
Yeah,
whatever.
our policy around that, I did look that up, is 2 counselors, the mayor, CAO, 2 counselors for the FCM.
I just wondered if we chose not to attend, could everybody do it on virtual? Like pay for everybody's registration, we'd save a lot more money doing that and everybody can attend it.
What was the
Except
cost
for
of
the
the,
day for some people,
Yeah.
who's working it.
what was the cost of registration?
Yep, I've got that
Yeah.
too.
Leslie working there, so there's a reason, quite often why we don't do basketball. Just a drive.
This is probably a good opportunity for everybody to catch an FCM if we could do it all virtually, right?
Yeah, so have a look at the website, anyway, so look at the virtual option. And I think, do they have, well, let's see, we register for the whole, and the virtual, we have to register for the whole thing, or can we kind of pick and choose?
If we did it electronically, is there maybe could get our tech update?
Oh, yeah, I would say, you're right, yeah, they should be able to do it.
And
We talked more about that.
So $480 is the virtual registration fee.
And that's for the whole FC?
That's, I believe that would cover the whole FC.
That's- There are some pretty good, and the FCM can be quite interesting. Yes, I have looked at that, in Leslie, tell Leslie the cost to send one person.
So I did a rough cost estimate, because I was just kind of curious. So flights, hotels, and conference registrations around $2,600.
Hmm.
That's no meals, that's no.
Yeah, so we could get everybody for the price of 2 people going, right?
Yeah,
Price of 1 person though.
Yeah.
yeah.
Pretty
Yeah.
much, yeah.
Yeah, it's been a long time since we've chosen to go past Ottawa because of the costs and stuff, so. Ottawa, we've been there, Quebec, we drove.
But,
Yeah, that kind of stuff. Okay, well, have a look at the site. Leslie, the early bird is April the 22nd.
22nd, yeah.
So have a look at the site, to see if, Paul just says somebody can go out, so if somebody wants to go out. But if not, we can look at the virtual side of it and see if that works. It may not be, works for those that are committed to regular work on hours for the day, so. And then let us know.
I'm sorry. The last item is the 2 properties that came for sale at the tax sale, were both redeemed prior to the time of sale. So that was good.
Well, I guess. Yeah. Okay, so they're cleaned up and,
Well,
well, the taxes are cleaned up.
Taxes,
Taxes.
Taxes are cleaned up. I think you're going to see one of them be much improved.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes.
Someone blame it.
partnership. So, of some sort, who knows? Yeah, we'll mention it after. Any questions for Leslie? If none, Duke Area Recreation report.
In your package, try to answer any questions.
Some concerns, Peter, about, we're talking now about making the climbing wall a mobile climbing wall that's sort of against everything we
Well,
talked about all along.
we had all the same questions, and
Did you? Yeah.
it's coming back as another report to,
Okay.
because first thing in my mind was the liability, who's responsible, and so on.
Yeah.
But I,
Lugging it around.
yeah, and I don't think that, the school is as wants it there as much as they, originally did, yeah.
Who's gonna be in the school, gymnasium, or?
Yeah, it was gonna be in the gym on the fire wall, and a permanent thing, and I had a couple of the teachers tell me that if I had any say, it would be there, so.
Okay.
So we are looking at the curling club. Just the curling club.
That's it on the surface?
No, yeah, on the surface.
Surface.
So I think that the talk was the school in the school season and the off season would be in the curling club. More accessible.
Would have better access.
Yeah, more accessible too.
But the liability and who's gonna be there when it's, if you take it to Wings, you took it to the islands, and you see it in,
Anytime you start taking something,
Yeah.
it gets damaged, it
Yeah,
gets hurt.
yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Does it get set up correctly again?
Yeah.
So that'd be a surprise, wouldn't it? Okay. And the ice is in till?
The end of the month.
Yeah, so March break,
Pretty well, yeah.
March break, kids can go skating.
Well, the kids really didn't have much of a season.
No.
And we thought for next or two weeks, and Mount Hockey agreed to rent some ice and the figure skating.
Oh, good.
And then we hope with some ice rentals in between, that at least cover the cost of it.
Yeah.
So.
Good.
The curling club picked up a couple more tournaments, so they're open until April 3rd. Just got some provincial tournaments, so.
That's good. Yeah.
Don't pay the rent.
Bring people in. Okay, nothing else for that, committee of the whole, so we had, some, motions brought to council here. So the accessibility plan that the accessibility plan committee's been working on needs approval. Everybody, I'm sure everybody read through that, and no comments or changes, or?
I did have a question that came from senior safety surrounding taxi drivers, and we had a couple of people had problems getting receipts. And we wondered if there was anything, maybe Leslie, you could look up in the bylaws. When they get a taxi license, is that a requirement? Are they required to give that?
I don't know, I can refer, I'll let
Well, some of those are, they're tax deductible whether you're a senior or not, if you're using it for business.
Right.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't, because it's funding for the
That
taxi
was all,
driver.
the seniors were eligible for a $500 grant.
Yeah.
And they had to have receipts. So when she took a cab would not give her a receipt. So.
Yeah, they should.
I know most.
I know what they're doing, but they should.
Yeah, most companies in the city, they'll say, would you like a receipt?
Yeah.
Otherwise they won't give it to you. If you ask, they will, but otherwise they don't.
So,
But they're metered there too. So.
But this person asked, he wasn't, okay,
And the cab driver said,
okay. All right.
I'd say no, I won't give it away. Yeah. Okay. Even if there's nothing in the bylaw, though, it should be just a policy that you ask and place it. Okay, do we have a motion to approve the accessibility plan? We need to have that done now.
I make a motion that we approve the accessibility plan.
I'll second it.
Second. Any discussion on that? The other question we had tonight, once we do this, what kind of money are we looking for to implement some of these things? So that's the next phase. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any nays? None. Banners. Group something dollars or? 2 banners?
Yeah, and I'll make a motion that we ask to have 2 banners, one for Charles Marvin Pop Smith and the other one for Brad Barton, to be hung on the downtown, appropriate location.
I'll second that.
Second that, yeah. And obviously Pop Smith's not gonna be here, but we'll reach out to Brad Barton and say, could you come and do a little ceremony downtown with pictures and stuff.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Nays, none, motion is carried. Amendment to the taxi bylaw, Schedule B and Schedule E fares as presented. They wanted to go up $1, didn't they? That was before last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we passed this and then they come back again, well, you know, maybe they could do a flat fee and a gas. And gets adjusted with maybe that's something to look at in the future. Or what they call that gas,
Interrupting clause.
no, I pay a lot of those bills.
Surcharge.
Gas surcharge, whatever, gas, yeah.
Maybe that's something we should look at in our bylaw.
Yeah.
With that.
Yeah, if they're interested, yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause instead of coming back, of course, we don't know what's gonna happen long term.
No.
But it should be approved surcharge. If they
Yeah.
go that way.
Yeah.
Not just,
This
this
might
one
be,
taxi charge, one and another charge is a different,
oh, they all have.
So is this effective tomorrow, if we pass it tonight?
I think it was effective April 1st.
April
Yeah.
1st?
Probably should date it, so.
Okay, but we're fulfilling their request, so we
That's right.
do that and then they come back for further conversation. All those in favor of that?
Aye.
Aye. Any nays? Did someone make that motion?
We made a motion.
No,
Peter and Paul.
I just realized that.
Peter and Paul.
Peter and Paul, yeah, Peter and Paul. Okay, Peter and Paul, what's
I
that?
think so.
I don't know. Peter Paul and his.
Yeah.
Now, before you move on to number 4, as I sit here, I wrote this report, but now I'm wondering, I don't like the wording of that number 4. I think it should be, agree to the sale of PID to Digby Current, for Digby Current Round 2.
Yeah,
Because the purchase and sale agreement is just drafted and that's what's coming forward in camera.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
does that make sense to everybody?
You sure I'll make that motion as amended?
I'll second that.
Yeah, it's the same draft, we've already done that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, all those in favor of that motion, then we're gonna have a discussion in camera, so.
Aye.
Aye?
Aye.
So we approve the purchase sale.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, no, the
Agree to the sale.
sale.
Yes.
Sale of it. Now you got me messed up.
Sorry.
No, you're all good.
What's the way I drafted the
It's
report
easy
and I
for
didn't like
me to
it.
get messed up.
Sorry.
Waste check. What's happening in the world of waste check?
Report is in your package.
Mm.
The biggest thing that we were talking about was the, like anything else, the carts that have to be replaced are having a double the time getting carts. So now they're changing the model cart again because they can't get the latest version they got.
Uh-huh.
So you'll see yet another variation. Probably.
Has there been any callback or, complaints about the size of the new ones?
No, the best thing about them, they said, is that roads have not successfully chewed through.
I have one of the new ones. Newer, smaller ones.
Yeah,
It's,
yeah, I have one.
Karen uses a lot because we have hay and stuff coming. I haven't heard of gravel, but I could use, but I just wondered, County Annapolis has got the field full of those cars up there. Maybe we check and reach out to them and see.
They could use the money too. This week's lesson.
Okay. Senior Safety Advisory Board.
We had a meeting last week,
Hmm.
and we sent a letter off to us here.
Yep.
And the board passed a motion to approve the following changes for structure-wise. As everybody's aware, the senior safety program is under the town, so like other meetings that we have, the CAOs attend. The board passed the motion to ask the town of Digby CAO will be the direct supervisor to the senior safety coordinator, and the town office of the CAO will provide secretarial services and financial services to the board for meetings, minutes, meeting packages, and financial services.
And I think it's a board that needs to revisit itself.
Yeah.
It's kind of floating up there a little bit.
Gives her more stability as well, I think. There's not very many people at the RCMP station much anymore, and so I talked to Dawn, and she likes the idea, and the other thing with Dawn was that the chair changes so often, like every 2 years. At least this will be a stability for her to have a CAO be her direct supervisor. So, and all the minutes and reports will be sent out to the RCMP and the Health Foundation. So, we had a good conversation. The board.
Yeah.
So,
It's nothing worse for an employee to not really know who they're reporting to, what their job description really is. So.
she gets in some pretty touchy situations too, so it's nice to have a quick answer instead of waiting 3 days or a week. So.
Okay, good. Sounds like you're getting the handle on it. Moving on. We're right along here tonight, not a lot here tonight. Correspondence, we got a letter from the Digby Area Community Health Board. Wanting us to consider passing a motion to support universal health plan, food security for our school. I don't know if a motion would be all that effective. We'd make a motion here and be on the books, but probably what might be more effective if we want to support something like that is writing a letter to the FCNO saying that we support. You know, we have a cafeteria at the school that's not used. Is that still?
Mm-hmm. Apparently, pretty soon it's going to be full. From what I heard a couple weeks ago, there was going to be a vendor in there.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah.
Okay. What about the high school?
The high school cafeteria, I believe, is open, and they also have a breakfast and food program there for the kids too.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a breakfast program or something going on there. I know that. So Geraldine's in charge of that.
So, is that addressing that program at school now? Is that addressing the child that comes to school hungry and can't eat, doesn't have the funds, or?
That's what they do at the school.
That's what they do now.
That's at the school, yeah.
So that's really what they're kind of talking about in this letter.
We need a motion, I think we
Always pay for it.
should.
Well, I think we should support it.
Yeah, we should send a letter.
Yeah, I think we should send a letter to the FCM.
Sounds like they want the government to do it rather than the
Yeah,
local schools to go out and fundraise and everything for it.
Yeah.
That's the issue, right? It's actually being done in the board now, it's just being funded by it.
That's right.
Yeah, different source.
I've stated many times that we are one of the richest countries in the world, and there isn't a town that doesn't have a food bank or a breakfast program in the schools and stuff, and it's crazy. And it's all the money that gets wasted.
Yeah. Okay, we'll talk to Leslie and we'll draft some kind of letter saying we're supporting universal. Even though we may have something similar here, but we'll come up with something and submit it to everybody and go to the FCM, because they're our body that pushes for this national stuff. And we could send it to the NSSF.
NSFM.
NSSF.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the time you get that all figured, they're gonna change it again.
I'll be gone.
They're gonna change it up again.
I've been doing this in 20 years, so. It's okay, so we'll come up sometime on that. FCM conference, well, we just kind of spoke about that, so you see it in the package. Go to the website and see if you're comfortable, it's pricey to send people up there. If you look at the virtual and think that we can get something out of it by doing it virtually, you're interested in signing up, do so. They are interesting. Been to a few of them. They are interesting. It's like a lot of those things. You learn more by just sitting around talking to other councillors from across the country or across the province. You pick up on things.
So if we registered 2 people and Paul wants to see something and Will wants to see something else, can we do it that way?
I'll do a little more research into
Yeah.
the virtual side of it.
Because we might only have to buy a couple. If you want to see a certain thing and you want to see a certain thing at a different time, then we may be able to set it up here, and then whoever wants to go to that session can go to that session.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
probably.
depending on what the speakers are and what the topics are.
I'm sure they must give you some kind of registration code.
I suspect to circumvent that, they probably have specific, a certain email address you want to
Yeah.
somebody else. But if we registered as the town
Yeah,
and had this,
yeah.
everybody could just come here and listen to
Yeah,
all
I
of
can, I'll check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll look into it. Because it's pricey, and the reality is, there's some people probably aren't going to want to attend because COVID's still, we're just moving away from it. But COVID, especially in that part of the country, so see if there's an option there for that.
I will.
And whether you do it at home, you come here and enjoy the big screen. Ukraine support. Leslie and I talked about that Friday. There's lots of municipalities around the province and around the country doing support for Ukraine. Now, some of them have donated $100, some of them have flown flags, some of them have held events. County of Lunenburg donated $10,000. That was the county, was it? Yeah.
Municipality of Guysborough donated $25,000 to the Red Cross Appeal Fund.
Boy.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. It's tough for small units like us.
When was Diane Accents? That was on Breakfast TV this morning.
Sunday. She raised $4,300. Yeah, wonderful. Yeah.
Maybe we can top her up to 5,000 or something. Right?
Well, yeah, and I wasn't even thinking really about money either. Like we could buy a flag, fly downtown. It's more of emotional support, I think, than anything. Because they did come out. Well, they did say don't donate product because you can't get it in the country anyway.
Right.
If you're going to do anything, donate money. But it's up collectively.
There's a neat thing going on that people started booking Airbnbs in the country
Yes.
and not showing up, which immediately put money into their economy and got people's funds to them. And as soon as Airbnb realized that's what was happening, they cut all fees.
Oh, did it?
So anybody can book an Airbnb in that country now, and the money will just go in and no fees. And,
That's a good
money.
idea. Yeah.
And they're kind of using the Airbnbs now as places for refugees to stay in western part of the
Yeah, it's horrible what's going on.
Yeah.
Just a quick
go ahead.
note, I did check with the flag shop, if you guys wanna go the route of a flag, they do have them in stock, they assemble them as requested, so it would only take a day or so to get a flag, and it costs around $70, so.
Yeah, it's really not. You want to do money or, probably the amount of money that we could do is probably just a feel-good kind of gesture on our behalf. It's not going to have a lot of effect on the overall picture, but.
I just thought that maybe since Diane did send it out to us, maybe we should just top her up to the 5,000.
I think there's another one.
Yeah, have a chat with her.
Was there another one being added?
She was approached by the Red Cross because she's the only person in this area who was doing anything.
Yeah.
And they're gonna try to set up some other events for her where she'll go in and do what she did here and raise some more dollars. So we wouldn't necessarily have to specifically top her up to an amount. We could just make a donation. And then, we could do that, at the same time as getting the flag.
Yeah, $70 for a flag, if anything. Order it and I'll pay for it.
I can reach out to Diane.
Yeah, reach out to Diane and see what she says.
right now.
Oh, yeah. Right now.
Yeah.
Hopefully it gets resolved over there, but.
Wow.
No, I listened to a UN ambassador, she was a UN ambassador to the Ukraine on television the other night. She said, we should be really concerned about what could happen here. Really concerned. Okay, reach out to her and then we'll get so we order a flag?
Yeah.
You want a motion or just do it by direction? So you order that in and we can,
I'll let you know when it's here.
yeah, and raise it. Maybe we could have someone like Diane come down, because she's of Ukrainian descent. Her parents are from Ukraine, and
She still has relatives.
yeah, still relatives there. So maybe that part of the whole fundraising part, we could have that going. Yeah, my neighbor's across the road. She's well, she's not, but her grandparents are Ukraine. I didn't realize Canada had the second largest Ukrainian population outside of Ukraine until the refugees left the country. But Canada, yeah, 130 odd thousand in Manitoba are Ukrainian descent. Yeah. Yeah, you reach out to her and we'll get a flag, and then maybe we'll tell her that we'll talk to her.
So I used to work with two of them, and they ended up getting married. One's last name was Konowalchuk, and one's was Warshamek. So she became Donna Konowalchuk Warshamek.
I'll take the short version of that. Shit. Okay. It's a light agenda
No
tonight.
candidates.
Oh, town events, yes.
Yeah, I just wondered if we were going to do, I know Danny usually did July 1st, so I'm wondering if we're gonna start ramping up for July 1st, the Fisher's Memorial. Maybe do the Brad Barton, banners on Digby's birthday if we want to, or decide a date on that to tie in with that maybe.
Well, I
I
think
don't know.
we're gonna have to, whatever's available for Mr. Martin.
Yeah, but those would be 3 different dates, right?
Yeah, well, July the 1st, he has to go in. I think it's, right now we can go in, whereas,
Yeah.
March
Should be okay.
21st. Plan on it. It might be a nice release for people to come down. We haven't done that for,
Wow.
yeah,
That's
Haven't done it for 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah. So I don't know if we wanna get hold of one night only, or start that again, or what we wanna do.
Usually Dark will handle all of that,
Okay,
but I can definitely reach out to Cindy.
okay,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, they give you green.
active, not
They do the application for the funding.
right,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and don't forget, we get money from the federal government.
Yeah. No, I just wanted to mention it just so we didn't lose track of it, that's all.
And the Fisherman Memorial, we should be fine in September.
Third Sunday in
Of September, yeah.
Do we anticipate any cancel Canada Day things that would have occurred last year had most things not been shut down by COVID? I do believe there were a lot of potential protests that were being planned for Canada Day over Indigenous rights and things that were.
There were.
So we certainly talked about that beforehand, and then we ended
Yeah.
up canceling it anyway.
But that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. There's been the freedom rallies downtown, and they've been good, peaceful.
Yeah.
Got their point across, so.
Well, it's more just planning in the event that something
Yeah.
comes up, making sure that we've got good structure or whatever.
Yeah, we can plan on that. I'm sure that they would enjoy a hot dog while they're there. Yeah.
1 million.
Okay, well, and now that, I know the festivals, I think we've already talked about this, we met with the province a month or two ago, and they just wanted our blessing to move ahead with the warfare rally. So, they're moving in, or doing some planning, so tell them where they are. We'll have them come here someday and talk about what their plans are. Okay, can we have a motion to the camera?
So moved.
Second of that. All those in favor of us going in camera, Norm? Aye. Motion carried. I always get, some councils get a motion to move on camera, some do. So we're on camera, so we need a motion to approve the draft,
Well, I'm not sure how does that work? How does it?
approve the purchase, well, accept the draft and submit it to the potential purchaser, yeah. Something like that, you wordsmith it.
Okay,
Agreement of purchase and the sale.
Sale,
as well as the first right of refusal.
first right of refusal, I think that's important, I think the public would like to see future opportunity there.
Yeah.
So we'll make that a motion, I can make a motion, so, I guess I kinda did, didn't I?
I'll make a motion that
Okay.
we approve the agreement of the purchase and sale.
Second. Any discussion on it?
Do we need two separate motions? I'm just wondering.
Well,
Can it be
you wanna,
done?
or you wanna add the right of refusal?
Okay,
And
thank
the
you.
right of refusal
for that.
agreement.
Thanks.
Any further discussion on that? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? None. So I guess that's it. So just, I'll send out an email when the board and I can work out a date. It's hopefully gonna be in the next couple of weeks on a joint council meeting and whether it's here, probably be at their office, cause they have a bigger floor space so we can safely spread out.
I got a response from Diane. She doesn't have another thing planned at this point in time, but she's left it open to take more donations. She's gonna be speaking to, another reporter again tomorrow in the Red Cross on Wednesday. And she said she'd be happy for anything, that, anyone individually or the town would provide. She's already raised more than what she thought she'd be able to, so.
Yeah, she was hoping for $3,000 or something like that.
Yeah, so her total's now 4550, and in lieu of knowing that she's not gonna do another event, then I know it's out of order for where we're supposed to do it, but go back to what you said and top it up to 5,000. If we would consider top up to 5,000, I'd be in support of that.
$450. What's everybody's thought on that? You wanna put it on the floor for discussion, make a motion?
Sure.
Okay.
Make a motion that we donate $450 to the Red Cross in support of Diane Accent's fundraiser for folks in Ukraine.
I'll second.
Any discussion on it? No? Quiet? Good, okay, I'll go. All those in favor, along with, we'll fly the flag, and did you tell her that?
No, if given permission, I'll let her know and ask her if she'd be willing to do that.
Yeah, to participate somehow.
Okay.
And maybe I can find other people with their Ukrainian background to show up there. Okay, any of those, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? Good. Okay. I guess that's it, Jay.
Joy, you get things done quick.
Joy.
Just one question before we go. Are we going to put that job up on the
Oh,
website
the
somewhere?
job, we approved the job description.
Yeah.
Yes, Tom asked me to hold it until you return,
Okay.
but it is, as far as I know, it's getting close to being ready to go.
Okay.
These two guys,
Yeah, he's the position next week.
you're probably here for me to hold it.
2 weeks. Motion to approve, or, go hold?